All right, so you're a Ford owner, and boom, the error code B108211 hits your dashboard. First thing, don't panic, you are in the right spot. We are going to break down exactly what that code means and, more importantly, how you can get it fixed.
You know the feeling? That warning light is just staring at you and the scanner spits out this jumble of letters and numbers. It looks super technical, right? But it's actually a really specific message from your car. And trust me, by the end of this, you're going to know exactly what it's saying.
We're going to tackle this together. Look, we're not going to get bogged down in a bunch of confusing technical stuff. The whole point here is to give you a clear, simple, step-by-step plan so you can figure out what's going on and what to do next.
Okay, let's get right into it. Section 1. What is your car actually trying to say? Let's translate this thing. Okay, so the official term is circuit short to ground. What does that actually mean in plain English? Well, your car's computer, its brain, is noticing that the voltage is way lower than it should be. It's sending out electricity to do a job, but that power is basically leaking out somewhere before it gets to its destination. Here's a super simple way to think about it. Imagine a garden hose with a big hole punched in it. You turn on the faucet to water your flowers, but most of the water just shoots out the side and soaks the lawn, right? It never reaches the end. That's what's happening here. The electricity is taking a shortcut and hitting the car's metal frame, which is called the ground, instead of making it to the part it's supposed to power. All right, so we've got an electrical leak. The next obvious question is, where's the leak coming from?
Now here's the good news. With this specific code, it almost always boils down to one of just 4 common culprits. Only 4! That makes finding the problem way, way easier.
So what are they? Well, first, you could have some damaged wiring. Maybe it's frayed or even broken somewhere. Second, it could be a bad HVAC control module. That's basically the little computer for your heating and AC. Third, the actuator motor itself might be faulty. And finally, and this is the one you're kind of hoping for, it could just be some corrosion on the electrical contacts of that motor.
Okay, so we know the potential problems. Now let's talk about the fixes. And the great thing is, for every single one of these causes, there's a pretty direct solution.
And here's how it lines up. It's really a one-to-one match. If the wiring is damaged, you repair or replace it. If the HVAC module or the actuator motor is defective, you replace it. And if it's just corrosion, well, that's the best-case scenario. That's a super easy and cheap fix. Just clean it up and add a little dielectric grease, and you could be all done.
All right, this is probably the most important part. Let's turn all this info into an actual action plan. This is how you're going to use what you know to save yourself some real time, and maybe some money, too.
Look, the key here is to be smart about it. Don't just start replacing expensive parts. We're going to follow a logical process, starting with the easiest and cheapest checks first. That's how you avoid a massive headache. So here's your game plan, step by step. Step 1, and I mean always start here. Check for corrosion on the motor contacts. It's easy to see and almost free to fix. If that looks good, move on to step 2, inspect the wiring. Just follow the wires and look for anything that looks off. A break, a worn spot, anything. No dice? Okay, on to step 3. You got to test the actuator motor itself. And if you've done all that and the code is still there, then it's time to look at step 4, which points to the HVAC module. And that really sums it all up. The whole idea is that with the right knowledge, you can tackle these things yourself. And now you have that knowledge. You get what the code means, you know the 4 likely causes, and you have a logical plan to figure it out. So you're not guessing anymore. You have a roadmap. Whether that means you're about to grab some tools and pop the hood, or you're going to call your mechanic and have a really smart, informed conversation. Either way, you're in the driver's seat now. You're in control. The only question left is, what's your next step?